Hello, Gemini, and welcome to our reading for the week of November 20th to 26th, 2023. This reading is for those who are a Gemini Sun, Gemini Ascendant, Gemini Moon, or any other prominent Gemini placement in your chart if you feel that that is a very strong influence on you. And this also, we're doing this for the week of November 20th to 26th, but you can, if you're viewing this at another time, then you're probably being guided to because there's some message that is here for you at this time. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Please, if you enjoy these readings, please like and subscribe and comment. All that helps the channel. And if you are returning, welcome back. It's good to see you again. Again, as always, let me know how these readings resonate with you. I like to know, it's always interesting to see, because these readings are so general, they don't always, I'm usually reading of them from several different angles, so which ones actually end up applying for our viewers is always something I'm interested in knowing if you would like to share it. So what we're doing here is we are doing a full horoscope spread based on astrological house, and I do this with the cartouche cards, which are an Egyptian system, and then I elucidate with a tarot deck, and in this case the clarifier is going to be the Osho Zen Tarot. So, okay, Gemini, so let's get busy. Okay, first house, this is the house of how you present yourself to the world. This is Aries energy, how you see yourself, how others see you. And wow, you've got beyond illusion here, okay? This is the Judgment card. So you are waking up to certain things, and you have it with fire. So this is like a new passion. It's almost like you become inspired or impassioned, or you're inspired to get rid of things that you no longer identify with or not part of who you are. This brings a whole new spark, and this is a kind of awareness that allows us to, let judgments fall away about ourselves that are false. So very good start there. Second house, this has to do with Taurus energy. This has to do with your finances. Okay, you've got the Mind card here. This is the I want to say this is the Knight of Swords card, Knight of Clouds. Mind indicates that exactly what it looks like. The mind is getting in the way. See, it looks like he's got all these gears going in here, and then it looks like this, almost like this brick wall here that this person has, and all these little explosions going off in the head. This is, people always talk about the mind being, oh, our minds are great. We can rationalize, we can think through things. I'm like, yeah, but our minds also drive us absolutely freaking crazy. And here's an example of this. I mean, the card's illustrating this. So when it comes to your money, you are worried too much and way overthinking something. With Isis indicates the need to relax, to be patient. There's some kind of financial goal that you have, or some kind of situation you're trying to get to. You need to persevere, but the kind of perseverance required here is patience. For some people, this could actually literally have to do with your mother or your mother's finances. Again, that's just a specific message for somebody, because Isis is mother energy. But maybe somebody's mother's worried about their money. I don't know. All those things are possible, but I think more generally, there may be a situation where you are nurturing it, growing it, building it. Maybe you don't have all the information about it yet. Isis has a lot of elements of the Tarot High Priestess, which is a card that says, maybe not all the information's in, and your mind is inventing all kinds of scenarios about what can go wrong. So you need to get your mind out of it, get more in touch with your intuitive knowing here with regard to your money, and be patient. If there's a situation that is questionable, it may just require some perseverance to get through. Third house has to do with messages. Okay, this is the house of Gemini. This is your own energy. So it's messages, self-effort. So this could also do with like having your own business, communications in general. More superficial communications rather than deep stuff, but and sometimes has to do with your family members or siblings, brothers, sisters, particularly in this particular house. And okay, so this is interesting. We have the Miser card, the Four of Pentacles, or Four of Rainbows, and as you can see, this is a woman hanging on to all of her stuff, and she's kind of built into this brick wall, and she does not look like a very appealing person. And the idea here is that there's some kind of gift that you have, or some kind of message that you have, or something you need to do. You're hanging on too tight to something. If this is in business, it could be giving you this whole you need to spend money to make money kind of thing. There's this idea that you may be so concerned about maintaining the status quo that you're not allowing yourself to grow. And I don't know. It seems like there's going to be some kind of messages coming in that will enable you to break out of that, to break free, and to overcome obstacles, because this is a message of success, okay? And this has to do with overcoming obstacles, but it's telling you that you need to be willing to let go and go with the flow of the change. Don't try too hard to hang on to a situation as it is. Again, whether that applies to business or this is just a message, being it's the house of messages, generally it could be about a lot of different situations, so take it as it resonates. Fourth house, this is Cancer energy. This has to do with the home and family in particular, sometimes with the mother in particular. And yeah, you've got this Ten of Swords, you've got the Rebirth card. This has the very Nietzschean scene on it in this deck, which is, you see, it's hard, might be hard to see here, but you have a camel, followed with the lion, and then you have the boy. And the idea, this is from Thus Spake Zarathustra, the Nietzschean thing, with the idea of the complacent camel who turns into the roaring lion, who turns into the carefree boy. I mean, there's these stages that we go through. So this is this idea of rebirth that comes in. And yeah, we've got the Buckle of Isis. So this suggests that efforts that we are making towards something are going to be rewarded. There's some kind of hard work we've put into something, or there is something that we need to give up. Interestingly, we have this next to the Miser card. This is saying in terms of our security, and perhaps it could literally have to do with our home. It could be a family situation. Maybe we're allowing a person in the family to tie us down or make decisions for us. But something here is coming to an end. You can take it as it resonates. For some people, this will mean moving out of a house or getting out of a place you've been renting that you don't like. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities here. But the overall message in this house is something is coming to an end, and the sacrifice that you make is definitely going to be worth it. Okay. Fifth house, this has to do with love affairs, creativity, and potentially with children. And yeah, you've got the friendliness card here, the Two of Cups. So for somebody, this is definitely a new love affair or love relationship. You have it with the Sirius card, so this could be something in which there is a strong physical attraction, because Sirius tends to have to do with physical things. If you are not looking for a new love affair, or this is not something on the table, then probably this has to do with something at which, some creative venture that you have, maybe something that you have in conjunction with somebody. You may be working with someone, and in this case, Sirius would have to do, again, with the hard work that's put into something. Also, the idea that you might need to think outside the box on something that you're working on or working towards. Okay, sixth house, this is the house of your health, potentially the house of worry. Believe it or not, this worry is a component of this house. And if you have a job that you don't necessarily consider your career, just something you're doing to make money, that might also be part of this Virgo house. And we've got the Earth card with integration, with the Temperance card. So integration has to do with taking opposite things and bringing them together. So finding a way to integrate those opposites in ourselves. And Earth has to do with, this could have to do with concerns over money. This really has to do, I feel like it has more to do with the idea that money coming from a job, like just some kind of extra work you pick up somewhere or something, possibly. But there's definitely this idea of, money coming in through a job or a job kind of situation. We have to look at the 10th house too and see how that fits in with this. But I don't know. But there's something here about balance. So I don't know. The one message that's coming into my head as possibility here is the idea that you are maybe you're working very hard at a job to make money, but you have to take work-life balance into consideration. There's definitely the sense that for health's sake and everything else, you want to make sure you're being balanced, and also that you're keeping your feet on the ground with something. Seventh house, this has to do with relationships. Okay. Could be marriage, so it's a long-term relationship of that type. It can also be a business partnership or any other kind of legal partnership. And you have the Three of Rainbows, which is the guidance card with Pyramid. Okay, so if you are in a relationship, you could be feeling tested right now. There could be some kind of test, or either strain on the relationship, or just some kind of situation that you may find to be a challenge. And this card would be advising that you listen to your inner guidance. Okay, that this may be a situation where you have where the information, what you're seeing on the outside, might be a little deceptive, because again, there's always a testiness to this idea that this is almost like, okay, you're being presented with a challenge, and how are you going to respond to it? So this is definitely saying to look to your inner guidance, or some of you may be receiving inner guidance already about a particular relationship situation. So if you're not in a relationship, this could be a test situation in terms of getting into a longer term relationship. If you are already in a relationship of some type, then this is saying, that there could be a little bit of a testy situation. And again, the advice is the same. You need to listen to your inner voice, or listen to your guides if you believe in such a thing. 8th house is Scorpio energy. So this is the house of transformation, like big changes that are happening. And wow, you've got the completion card, which is the world card with Thoth. So you are definitely at a karmic ending. Something in your life is coming to an end. Something is being, as you can see, this is like the last puzzle piece being put in place, successfully completed. And this is definitely the right time for some kind of a big change, some kind of moving ahead. So this is actually a really great omen. There's this idea that a cycle has come to an end for you. And we'll have to see what that's going to mean overall. Okay, 9th house is Sagittarius energy, and this has to do with expansion. It can do with higher ed, it can do with travel, it can do with your spiritual beliefs. And wow, okay, you have Urias here. So something you're not expecting. Urias indicates something either going a way you don't expect. You could be receiving a message you don't expect. Or there's just, again, this could have to, again, something has to do with travel, has to do with school. Something spiritual potentially. There's going to be something that comes, as we like to say, out of left field. Something that may surprise you. It's something you're not expecting. I always see Urias as a good surprise. I always feel like when we're expecting something to go sideways or to go wrong, this is just saying that there is some kind of unexpected circumstance, but probably not the terrible crazy thing that you might think it is. Now we have it with the control card, which is the King of Clouds, and this suggests to me that there's some situation where you may be overplanned. You may think you want a certain outcome. You may think you know what a particular outcome is, and this is saying be a little flexible here and allow for the unknown to come in, because whatever your carefully crafted plan is, something's going to come in to throw you a little bit for a loop. But it's not a negative thing. You just have to go with it. It's one of those situations where you don't necessarily. We always think we know what all the steps are going to be towards something that we're doing or some place that we're going, but we may be in for some surprises. Okay. 10th house is Capricorn energy, and this has to do with reputation, fame, your career, and you've got the card of recognition and success in this house. So this is a great sign. If you've been trying to achieve something in your career or being recognized for something, this is a good omen that you're going to reach some kind of a milestone. Again, there's a sense of completion to this one as well, just as there is with this. And you've got Anubis. So Anubis indicates protection. What jumped into my head is, for somebody watching this could be somebody who's a professor about to get tenure. So that's a possibility. If you're not, that obviously doesn't apply to everybody. But then Anubis could also just indicate protection, like you have success, and maybe you can feel secure and protected in whatever path that it is that you're taking. Sometimes this means that we are going to take a road that's a little bumpy or a little less traveled, but ultimately we just need to negotiate it with some patience, with a sense of humor. We definitely know, Anubis definitely guides us to help us know where exactly we are going. So there's definitely protection here, and there's definitely recognition, so that's good. 11th house, this has to do with Aquarian energy, and this is about your friendships, your networks, and also any hopes and wishes you may have. And this could be a male friend, okay? Sometimes Ta is a very strong masculine energy, but it can also just mean that you are working very hard towards something. Ta is about putting in putting effort in, like probably like almost quite literally. Sometimes it's like literally building something, but nonetheless, there's this idea of persistently, this is Capricorn energy, very, very patiently and persistently working on something and building something up over time. And we definitely have the time element here because we have the Seven of Pentacles or Seven of Rainbows, the Patience card, which says that we are almost to something. We haven't quite reached something yet, but we are almost there. And yeah, so the Patience card, I think what it's saying is that you may be putting a lot of work. I mean, this could have to do with the relationship, but I feel like this might be more inclined towards what your goals are or what you're trying to achieve. And it's just simply saying that this is very strong Saturn energy. There's this idea that doing the hard work and not taking shortcuts is going to lead to good results, to success. So if if you don't have that success yet, and I suspect that you don't with this card, and you may be wondering whether you should keep making an effort, this is saying yes, that you're almost there. Just be patient. 12th house, this is Pisces energy, and this has to do with what you keep hidden, okay? If the first house is what you show people, this is what you keep hidden, perhaps what you're afraid of. And again, yeah, wow, you're doing some kind of, you've got Sphinx with healing. So healing is the king of water, and this is basically about doing excavation work. This is about discovering hidden secrets, and this is about healing yourself. So I feel like some of you may be trying to negotiate and clear out old traumas, old emotional patterns, perhaps old emotional wounds and hurts, maybe family traumas, but there's things that are coming up that you are now working through, and the fact that these things may be coming up perhaps somewhat unexpectedly here indicates that this is a time of healing. And as I've noted, this is also a karmic time of completion. So whatever this is, I mean, this healing is going to bring you to a new place. Any suffering connected with it is going to come to an end. Overall, we have the Bastet card with the, I want to say this is the Knight of Fire. Yeah, the Intensity card. Sometimes they have these little triangles here. I'm always trying to remember which direction means what. But you have this, so Bast would indicate socializing, having fun. This is a card of like, partying, socializing, music, dancing, things like that. And Bast is also a card of intuition, following your intuition, treating others with respect, to give to others and you will get your due. And you also have it with the Intensity card. And it's funny because we have fire in the first house here. And it's a similar kind of a thing. You may be roaring and ready to go, impassioned about getting on with your life, enjoying life, spending time with others. And this is all really, really great because, I think you're definitely in a position to do that. You've got some past stuff that's coming to an end. You may be overly worried about your finances or about perhaps a business situation or something. Something here in your sector of security. There's some kind of an ending coming that's making you very up in your head about things, but you're getting beyond illusions here. You're completing stuff. I mean, this just looks really, really good for you pushing past those obstacles and moving full steam ahead. That's it for you this week, Gemini. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.